Today, Jamie and Baz are each cooking up some ridiculous dishes using entirely frozen ingredients. Chef Ben will be trying them at the very end with no idea that they're entirely from frozen. So the question is, can these two fool him or will he figure it out? Boys, start cooking in 3, 2, 1, unfreeze.
So the hero of my dish is frozen sausages, already seasoned, need to be defrosted into a bowl, cover with warm water, and then the temperature should equalise.
Sorry, what part of entirely frozen do you not understand? We can get you some water if you'd like it.
Yeah, I'd like some water, please. I don't like this.
So we're giving the boys salt, pepper, oil. Otherwise, everything else needs to be frozen.
Can you boil ice?
We're going to find out.
I know that's a silly question.
We're going to find out.
If you fill a kettle with ice.
What's going to happen? I don't know.
I don't know.
We wouldn't recommend doing this at home. No, just say that.
Right, so I think the best way to fool Evers is going to be through nostalgia. Now I know for a fact that one of his favourite dishes of all time, the first thing he ever cooked, was a classic fish pie. So I'm going for mixed seafood, swimming in a beautiful creamy bechamel sauce, topped with mashed potato that is buttery, crisped on top, and then for a little bit of added flair, we're going to add in a few prawns sticking out the top, but not just any prawns, the biggest prawns you've ever seen, stargazy pie style.
You're making the stargazy pie that we reviewed.
Something like that, yeah. I'm starting with a classic base of sofrito. It's already pre-chopped, it's already pre-frozen. It's going into a pan with a little bit of non-frozen oil.
Hey, surprising. Turns out that much ice doesn't make that much water.
Oh no.
I'm defrosting some pre-made bechamel sauce, some pre-made lemon butter, and some cauliflower cheese in the microwave. I'm going to whack it into a blender, whiz it all up, add it to our sofrito base.
You can get frozen bechamel.
Yes, boy.
So he's brought a deconstructed ready meal to reconstruct it into a ready meal.
Work smarter, not harder. And if it falls Evers, then we take the chef's jacket off it.
Okay, picture this dish.
I'm excited.
Miso pork balls with a herby fricassee sauce, crispy chilies and garlic with a side of potatoey dumplings or
Gnocchi?
Gnocchi, yeah.
Meatballs and gnocchi.
Jolly gnocchi.
So it's Italian?
It's more Japanese.
Right.
It starts with miso butter pellets, frozen shallots to soften off, chilies, and some chopped garlic in as well.
Miso butter.
Miso.
Frozen miso butter.
I know.
How did you find that? That is excellent.
The frozen aisle in some supermarkets will blow your mind.
Do frozen chilies taste as hot as fresh chilies?
Good question.
So I have most of these ingredients at home in my freezer. Here's the test, frozen garlic.
Yes.
I think I use double the amount of frozen garlic than I do normal garlic at home because
not
the
very
edge is taken off.
economical.
Eat that raw.
It's pre-chopped as well.
Genuinely though, it's nowhere near as punchy.
No, it's not.
It was nice though.
Exactly. It's
Well,
like
it's sharp as it defrosts in your mouth.
Yeah.
it's not as powerful.
No, it's not.
As fresh. Now these are defrosted. Got to pull the meat out of the skins so I can start making my balls.
Now at this point, you usually peel the film lid back, give it a stir, replace the film lid, put it back in for another half the time. We're going to put it straight into our blender.
Jay, you're essentially creating content by re-delivering the packet instructions.
Yes. So our bechamel
Ooh, yum.
and lemon butter has defrosted. I'll whack that into the Vitamix as well.
Baz, do you feel threatened by Jamie's dish?
He's pierced the mac and cheese. He's done some pre-made bechamel. I think I'm okay.
I think he's just...
I'm threatened by the prawns because there's some good-looking prawns.
I'm threatened by the prawns. You've seen the size of them.
They're massive.
I do think that Jay has just made creamy soup though. With nothing to thicken it up, he could have blended a bit of potato into it.
Jay, are you happy with the thickness of your bechamel?
It's quite loose, which is a concern. But I have got a thought.
Oh, yes, I think you've started something great. You've got potato smileys.
We'll come to that.
Are you going to use all of them?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Don't worry, there will still be potato smileys at the end.
You're not going to use all of them.
I will be with them. What? What are you doing?
They're not smiling anymore.
No! I need wanted those!
I like the way that he took Barry's potato smileys rather than using his own frozen mashed potato for this.
Oh no, but I need that later.
Okay.
I mean, everything here is frozen, and there will no doubt be ingredients that are just as good, if not better, frozen. Other ingredients not so good as fresh,
Correct.
frozen. Is there a balance here? Like, what particularly stands out that we can use at home?
I'd say the majority of Jamie's ingredients, by the looks of it, frozen seafood, a lot of it is frozen at sea on the ships. So by the time it comes back, it's just as fresh when it comes off the boat.
So considering you're only using frozen food, none of the go-to saviours, I'd say things like citrus, herb, like fresh herbs, spices, how are you accounting for the lack of those with the ingredients that you've chosen to ensure that there's tons of flavour in these dishes?
For my mash, I'm not just using butter, I'm using smoked butter.
Okay.
So I'm just adding in flavour where I can, like that pre-made bechamel, things like that. Where can I already have flavour that I don't have to add again?
I'm relying on some of the smarter packets available. Like there's this Thai and green herb portions here. These, I think, it's a combination of coriander, garlic, ginger, lemongrass, green chilli, lime leaf, and rapeseed oil. This is going to go into my sausage mix. But
To give you all the flavour of the spices
there's a bunch
and
of
stuff.
ingredients there that, if I bought them all individually, I'd be spending quite a lot of money. Because they're in one bag, it makes life a little bit easier.
So that's almost like a Thai green curry paste.
Yeah.
That colour's fantastic.
It's super, super green.
Jamie looks lost.
Are you okay, Jay?
I feel like I might have missed a step. I didn't put any garlic in with my sofrito before I put the bechamel on top. So what I've done is add some wild garlic in, which I think is going to help to add a little bit more to it.
Wild garlic is one of those ingredients that's hyper seasonal. Grows in the UK in the south of the country between March and June, and it's best about April. But it's wild, it's foraged. So finding it frozen and chopped in the supermarket
Wild garlic all year round.
all year round.
Next up, mash and butter. I'm going to defrost it again, but this time I'm going to do it in a bain-marie, so I've got a bit more control.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video, subscribe if you aren't, click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
This bit might take a while. Can I have some help, please?
You're qualified.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right.
Come in. Just,
Are we asking for help?
well, like,
Don't
literally.
worry, Jay, you've got me.
Oh.
So a little tip, Baz, bit of water on top of your pork stock.
Yeah.
Grease your hands up. The balls won't stick.
Frozen seafood is such a great option. Lots of it is frozen at sea on the boat, which means that when you get hold of it at home, it still tastes really fresh. You may have heard that from Kush a few minutes ago, but now there's context. So I've got a fish pie mix, I've got some prawns, I've got some scallops, and we're going to top it all off with these bad boys. They're going to go into my sauce mix, bring that to the boil, stir through some peas and some parsley, and that's the base done.
That is brilliant.
What's going on?
Check out this technique because you're teaching me. Look, basically, technique-wise, he essentially squeezes one out into my hand. And he pinches at the right moment.
No.
This is a technique. I learned this in Thailand. I did.
Okay,
Go ahead,
good.
look. Bang.
It is brilliant.
And by doing that, you pinch around it and
Yeah.
you kind of get a ready-made ball.
That's wonderful.
My bain-marie is not working very well in terms of melting my mashed potato. So I feel like I might have to revert back to the microwave.
Cool. Thank you, Kush. Brilliant. Don't do it! Oh!
I was really confident going into this because I know I can create a dish. I can create a fish pie from this. Can I create a good fish pie? Is a really different question.
Halfway through the challenge is probably not the time to be asking yourself that.
Add to my miso butter fricassee sauce a selection of mushrooms. Going in frozen, these are going to be quite wet, so it's going to also create my sauce.
Oh, nice.
Okay, into my balls. So now my balls are in my mix, this needs to stew a little bit and poach. Ideally, I want to add some water.
This is mad.
Nice
Whack
bit of
'em all in,
smokiness
lads.
coming through. Need some peps.
You're using unsmoked salt in your smoked butter mash.
Yeah.
And smoked salt in your unsmoked fish sauce.
Yes, to create a point of difference.
Or it all tastes smoky.
Or that.
So next up, I'm making our jolly gnocchi. We need some bread, we need some texture to it. So we've got some frozen garlic and cheese bread that I'm gonna crumble up into here and blitz up. Just bear with, there's a plan. And then for my jolly gnocchi, smiley potato faces.
I'm still trying to work out, are you taking the mickey out of me each time you say jolly?
That's a nickname,
The
jolly
only
gnocchi.
other time I've heard you say jolly is when you're talking about me. So I'm just trying to work out.
No, not at all.
Right.
These are like
Family favourites.
childhood
Yeah.
classic.
What I'm doing, basically, the reason they're jollies, I'm using potato smileys.
Why? So hang on.
Because these are like ready to go in the oven. They're covered in oil already, so they bake off beautifully. What I'm doing is taking the oil on the outside and putting it on the inside.
I'm just seeing him take something that's already in a packaged shape that he can just cook, mashing it up and then packaging it.
he has to fool Ebbers, and if he serves a potato smiley, then it's going to blow the whole thing.
True. I don't say it often, but very smart, Baz.
Whoa! Thanks, Kush.
Oh, Jamie's whacked out his sack.
Love this. Boys, we're getting there. I really want you to be able to fool him.
At this point, I need to add some water.
Will a long ice cube blend up in that?
He won't hurt the machine, but it might take quite a while to first melt and then bind with everything inside.
I had a wipe down, poured out my potato and bready mixture. It comes together nicely. And now I need to turn this into my gnocchi balls, my jolly gnocchi balls.
So why have you got the breadcrumbs and the potato?
If I was to do just the potato smiley faces, they'd be too loose. The bread keeps it together and adds more flavour from the cheese and the garlic as well.
How's this going to work? That's going to...
God, Jamie.
That's it. Crawling out.
It's mad!
Lord.
These are going into the oven for 25 minutes or so.
Does it
to
need
crisp up.
6? So what next, Bath?
I'm done.
Hey, jolly gnocchi,
I think he's talking to you.
can I have some help? This is going to take a bit of time.
Or, Jamie, how about using up the rest of those frozen peas and herbs and making a little side dish for Ben?
I'm going to make a little side dish for Ben.
Gosh!
Come on, Baz.
I think one of my pans is ruined from it's so much catch in the bottom. So I'm taking all the savable balls and put them into here and put it on a low heat. I'm going to blend this up and see how that tastes, and then maybe add that on top of everything else.
I'm frying off shallots, garlic, and some oil with a little bit of the smoked butter as well, which I know has got a bit of chilli in it now. And I'm going to add some peas into it with some basil, and I'm going to just blitz it up, and we're going to have like a pea puree kind of thing to go with it.
You have about 20 minutes remaining.
Right, now add 2 eyes and a smiley face. And we got ourselves some smiley faces again.
What are you doing? No, Barry, this is Jamie behaviour.
We'll double check if these will work. If not, we'll just go for just crispy gnocchi.
You just put them face down.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going for it.
I don't know how much it needs. It's quite strong, isn't it, the stuff?
Yeah, it is.
I think you'll need a lot of the green to combat the brown.
Yeah.
Are you happy with these, Baz? They're
I think
looking
I'm okay.
good.
I'm okay. I mean, they're kind of like more...
Chicken
more like
nuggety.
Chicken nuggets slash donuts.
If we don't tell Ben what the dishes are,
No.
he won't know what to judge them against. That's win-win.
Broadly speaking, when you freeze an ingredient, do you tend to lose flavour, texture, etc.?
So the most important thing when freezing is how it's frozen. In restaurants, we'd always freeze items that have been vacuum packed, getting rid of all the air and oxygen. That means that it won't react in the freezer and it won't lose any of those flavours. With these ingredients, they're not vacuum packed, but they are sealed.
But as soon as you open them,
You will start to release those volatile compounds. So I would have suggested keeping it in the freezer and then just taking a few pinches or a tablespoon out now and again.
boys, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Fried off my ginger, my chilli, wild garlic. Right, firstly, let's get rid of the juice from a load of this wild garlic. That's how much water comes out of these things. Bonkers.
30 seconds remaining.
Right, just plate up. I'm happy with that colour now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from the frozen dishes, which are now cooked.
Smells great.
Ebbers, are you ready?
Yeah, I've got one big waft at the moment.
Reveal your blindfold in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's bright in here. Wow. Wow.
Okay, Ben, so we're going me first. What we have here is a miso butter and herby pork sausage dish. And we have some jolly gnocchi for you.
Jolly gnocchi. Good consistency of sauce. This looks golden and crispy and spicy. Do you know what? That was absolutely delicious. And what it is giving me is a pork version of Thai fish cake vibes. You've kind of got those Thai flavours, but almost like overworked meat, as we've done a couple of times, that gives it that bounce. It's very tasty.
There's a lot of flavour in that sauce.
They're very good. They are the right level of crispy, fluffy, and in a positive way, greasy.
Ebbers, what I have cooked for you is my take on a classic fish pie.
I'm very excited.
A smoky, buttery mash on top, the biggest ass prawns you've ever seen, and some, what I like to refer to as mashy peas.
That's really good.
Really good.
I don't understand why you two are so alarmed at how good both of these taste.
It's really good.
I like your kind of attempts at piping. It's gone across between like DIY home style and spab style. That is super delicious. What I like is there is a lot of body to the fish pie. There is sauce that binds it together, but there's a lot of veg and a fair amount of fish, and then a whopping great big prawn.
So we were given a theme to cook to. Do you want to hazard a guess what that theme might have been?
When I took my blindfold off, the first thing I thought was, we're bringing back Big Night In. And the theme is like Friday night in, dinner party. The more I ate it, the more I thought the theme might be shoehorn in as many of the hacks and tips and tricks and cheats that we've talked about on the channel.
Okay, so do you think the theme has impacted the overall quality of what's in front of you?
I think both dishes are absolutely delicious, and I wouldn't just want to eat on my own, I would want to share with friends.
So, congratulations.
Well done.
Congratulations, everybody. We've done it. We've done it.
The theme for these dishes was that we had to cook them using entirely frozen ingredients only.
Ooh, very clever. Interestingly, if I was to do something like a fish pie, mixed fish, frozen peas, frozen prawns, makes a lot of sense. This, I think, is even more intriguing, but both are delicious. Now that makes sense why it looks like you steamed your
Yeah,
chopped herbs.
everything's a bit wet.
I mean, one of the things that I learned was the amount of frozen ingredients that you can buy that are pre-prepared in some way. They have other flavours added into them. They're already there and they can be used and put with other stuff. Actually, it works. As always, we took it to the extreme and could only use frozen ingredients. But actually, using part frozen, part fresh, I think could get you a really great result.
Yep. We've touched on this before, but also nutritionally. You do need to work to upscale them, but I wouldn't have known that they were 100% frozen ingredients.
Come on!
Because they still feel fresh.
Ben Eberl likes jolly gnocchis, also known as smiley faces.
Is that what they are? Honestly, guys, genius. Well done.